Hello, my friends. Andrew at Microphonic Designs here with another episode of sound design from scratch to patch in Omnisphere. Today we are putting together a riser effect that uses a couple layers of different types of noise and sort of a breath effect layer. We're going to put together a 2 count, 4 count, and 8 count version of this particular riser. Let's give it a quick preview. So that is the 4 count version of the 3. Be sure to hit the subscribe button if you've not already. I sincerely appreciate it if you'd take a second, consider hitting that button for me, and drop a like as well if you dig sound design. Without further ado, let's hop right into the video. All right, so we're going to do some risers today. I want to develop a little bit deeper library of presets for some rises, some like rise and impact type stuff. So I'm going to focus on the rise part of it now. So what I don't want is like a preset that has the rise and the hit. I want to be able to mix and match those elements, and I could easily do like a two-part multi for something like that. But we're going to develop a riser effect today. So let's get in here, and maybe we'll start off with some noise, and we'll jump into the envelope to start out with. So first thing we want to look at, the tempo. I've got the project at 130 today. And let's see, amp, we're going to go ahead and sync a few of these things to make sure that we're in tempo, because I want this to be a couple different versions of the same riser. So we're going to do a 2 count, a 4 count, and an 8 count riser. And I'll show you how we're going to do that once we get into it. So for now, maybe we'll start with just the 2 count version and we'll extend it out from there. So let's just start with the amplitude. Let me zoom out a little bit on this. There we go, right there. So it's on that 3rd count, and we're going to do kind of a shape like this. I want it to be a bit shallow, but I still want it to have that upward curve to it. Maybe a little bit. There we go. And you know what? We're going to add a point like that so that it a little bit less. So that it has just a bit of a bump on that 3rd count. And then we'll have that hold, and then the release we'll have as a 2 count release. Oops, going crazy with the zoom. Here we go. There we go, so a little bit of a tail, and now we'll go in here and start to shape the sound. And we're going to use more than just the noise. This is just sort of the first layer. Hopefully it'll turn into something cool. We'll see. Sometimes you'll have an idea for something like this, and it just turns out to be total crap. Hopefully we're doing good work here. So let's see. So now we can look at the cutoff filter. And I wonder if we can somehow invert that from here. I'm not too sure. Let's see. Maybe we'll use a mod envelope to bring that up. So let's lock these in place real quick. Put that at 3. This will be more of a linear curve. There we go. And then we'll pull this up, and we'll have that tail. Sort of a similar shape to the amp envelope. There we go. Kind of like this. And with that, we're going to modulate the resonance here, and we might not want it to do like a deep modulation. So again, we'll just come over here, pull that down, and we'll pull this down. There we go. So let's go back into the mod envelope real quick. I don't want it to loop. I also want the filter to open up during that riser as well. And you know, I'm looking at this and I don't know that I want it to hold. I think I want this to be just a one shot. So we'll actually program this here to be the 2 count. Yeah, kind of like that. There we go. That way it's just it's like we hit the note, we hold that out for the duration of where we need it to go, and it will fade itself out. That probably doesn't make any sense, but I want the actual tail to be a part of it, so I don't want to mistakenly program in a long note and have it hold at the peak amplitude there. The filter, we'll have this open up like this. There we go. And then we'll just have it come down. And I don't know that we want it to start all the way closed. Maybe we'll pull it to like right there. Yeah, actually I do want it all the way down. And that resonance is still a bit extreme. We're going to pull that back even more. There we go. Okay, let's come into the B layer. We need some substance to this. So let's see if we can't find a nice, maybe a square wave. Square. Kind of like that, yeah. Almost there. Oh, and I'm peeking out on the meter. That's super loud. I'm looking at my recording device. Let me, oh, there we go. All right. A new interface, by the way. If you haven't checked out my vlog video that I recently did, if you have checked it out, you'll know that I've got a new Focusrite interface. I think it's the 18i8. So that's what this screen is for. So little more controlled volume here. Very good. All right, and we're going to come back into the A layer, into the envelopes amp, and we are going to copy envelope preset. And we're going to paste that in the B layer. And let's see, the filter for this one, we're going to do maybe a similar thing. Let's turn this on. Let's get back into the filters. And you know what? We need to sync that up. Sync that up. And we're going to have this come over to 3. And we're going to pull this back. There we go. This should hopefully do something kind of cool. Let's pump that resonance up. And you know, I'm actually going to program a 2 count MIDI note here. What else can we do? Because this is sort of lame right now. Let me see. Wonder if we add another layer of maybe pink noise. Let's see. Envelopes. All right, we're going to paste this into this layer as well. Oops. Always forget to sync. I think we need some effects, actually. I think that's what we need. And maybe a sine wave. I'm not sure. But we're going to go into the effects. Aux. We're going to put in a proverb. Yeah, something like that. And let's see. Mod 1. Yeah, we'll use mod 1. Why not? It's already programmed. So we'll go into the A layer. Modulate all mod sources. Mod envelope 1. There we go. Something kind of like that. Let me look at mod envelope 1 again, though. Yeah, I want this to come down. I don't know that I like the B layer so much. Let me mute that real quick. what to do. I'm really struggling today. You know, sometimes those creative juices, like you'll have an idea, but actually making it happen is sometimes tough. But we will persevere. We will make this as cool of a riser as we can. And I think I'm not sure. I want more body in the noise. All right, let me look at the filter envelope for the C layer, the pink noise. That's opening all the way. Is that what I want? I think so. Maybe just a sine wave. Still not happy with the B layer. A and C, the white and pink noise. And let me just turn that reverb off for a minute. I wonder if there's maybe a sound source we could use that would be interesting. Okay, so I think I found one that should be kind of cool. Let me turn the filter off real quick. Turn the D layer off real quick. So this is for the B layer. So again, I'm pulling the filter envelope up on the B layer. And let me come into the B layer. Here we go. Oh, that's kind of crazy. All right, so when you're designing sounds, make sure that you go back and remember things that you have done prior. For example, I had the unison on for the B layer, and I had it transposed way down 2 octaves, and then I couldn't hear it and was like, this is terrible. And that is crazy. So maybe we don't slam it as hard with the tape slammer. And what about this? And now that I've got that to a different point, guess what? I'm going to fix the amp envelope and take that point out. There we go. There we go. Okay, so this is finally at a point where like it's actually somewhat interesting. I was getting word for a minute that I wasn't going to be able to come up with something cool. And oftentimes you'll run into that where it's just like, you know, you're ready to sit down, you want to design a sound, you know what you're wanting to do, and then you just run into trouble. And I think this is part of my growing pains as a sound designer as well, is just learning the tools that you use to build these different categories of sounds. And the B layer, I even think that's a bit much now. And let's see. Yeah, I want that center of the reverb to go way down. So one of the things I've not messed with too much is the velocity layering here, or the velocity curve. I think I kind of like that. So again, for my intended purposes, I sort of want it to be the same every time. I don't want it to be dependent on velocity. So we'll do it this way. Yeah, and I'm guessing that these here, filter envelope, like this is how much the velocity affects the filter envelope. I don't want it to affect it at all. I want these all the way down. Well, there we go. All right, I think I'm doing this right. Again, I've not messed with the velocity curve zoom too much. I'll probably do some reading up on it in the manual after I get done doing this sound, and then I'll probably, you know, face palm because I'm doing it wrong. But we'll go with that for now. So I'm just holding down a note right now, and it's sounding pretty nice to me. So at this point, what I'm going to do is save this sound as it is, and then I'm going to make a couple variations on it, and I'll check back in with you to show you what I've done and how I'm going to take this one riser and do a couple different variations with it. So let me get to work saving this real quick. All right, so I've named this one the Noisy Breath 2 counts because, again, we designed it as just a 2-count riser. So to transition this into a 4-count riser, I'm actually going to go in here and manually adjust each of these. I mean, there's only a few envelopes that need adjusting to do that. So let's get in here. First of all, I'm going to lock these together. And I'm just going to pull these back over to 5. Yeah, right there. Should do the trick because I want the tail to stay the same. I just want the actual growth part to be elongated. And simply coming over here to edit and half-timing, hitting the half-time button, that would elongate the entire envelope. I don't necessarily want that. Okay, so here we have the 4-count version. Let me get Omnisphere pulled back up. I've gone through and adjusted each of the envelopes, so now you'll see that this has a little asterisk next to it. I'm going to resave this as a 4-count. So we put the med on, and actually you may not be able to hear it too well, but we have a 4-count riser. So let me go in and save this one, and then we'll move on to the 8-count version of it. Very good, and here we are with the 8-count version. You'll see that I've adjusted the envelopes for this one as well. So let's give it a quick listen. I've got the 8-count lined up here. Perfect. I dig it. All right, so let me get this one saved as well. Excellent. So here we have, if we go into the patch browser, user directories, and risers, you'll see we've got the Noisy Breath 2, 4, and 8 count. So thanks so much for taking some time to hang out with me to design a sound. This one today, I had trouble getting the creative juices going and sort of coming up with a sound effect that would be actually usable and cool and effective. And this certainly is not the best riser ever, but you know, it's good practice for me, right? And I'm gonna take some of the concepts from this one and learn from it and grow from it. And probably as I watch, you know, this video back, as I'm editing and all that stuff, I'll probably learn and grow, right? That's what this whole thing is about, is sort of sharing my process with everyone and you know, just sort of being able to look back on it, right? And again, just learn and grow from kind of putting all this together. So if you haven't just yet, please do consider subscribing to the channel to keep supporting the work I'm doing. I am also going to be getting into some composition videos here soon, music composition, as well as maybe even putting some voiceover work out there, because that is an industry that I am trying to sort of dip my feet into, so to speak. Drop a like if you've enjoyed hanging out with me today. I hope that you did enjoy spending some time with me. And of course, I'll see you next time. So keep an eye out on the channel for sure. Hit that subscribe button and you'll be notified once I get some more content out there. So thanks so much, and I will see you guys next time.